So we're talking about the Trayvon Martin story. Do you believe that the Trayvon Martin story received the national attention that it deserves?
Absolutely. I think so. Anytime, a 17-year-old is killed, it does deserve national attention. That's similar to the Connecticut shooting. 20 kids get shot in elementary school. I mean, that's national attention worthy. Same with the Trayvon Martin case.
Yeah. Do you believe that the Chris Lane story has received the national attention that it deserves?
Can you remind me which story that is?
Now that the Trayvon Martin situation is kind of wrapped up, do you think that that story received the attention that it deserved?
I think so. I mean, I heard about it for like 2 months straight, so I'd say it got plenty of attention.
So do you think that the Chris Lane story has received the attention that it deserves?
I don't know who Chris Lane is.
You don't know?
No, never heard of that.
Do you believe that the Chris Lane story has received the attention that it deserves?
I have actually never heard of the Chris Lane story.
I feel really ignorant right now. Which is the Chris Lane story?
So do you believe that the Chris Lane story has received the national attention that it deserves?
I'm not familiar with that story.
Chris Lane was the Australian baseball player in Oklahoma who was shot in the back of the head by a couple bored teens.
Oh, no, I guess it hasn't. I've never heard of that.
Actually, I did hear of that story, and it wasn't as popular as the Trayvon Martin case. Obviously, there's some biases in the media.
Why do you think President Obama has remained silent on an issue like that, as opposed to coming out and making several comments that he made about the Trayvon situation?
Well, because let's be honest with ourselves, it's a lot more in fashion to look at white people and say, yeah, they're the bad guys and we're the good guys because we play victim. Although, yes, there is a lot of white privilege, but at the same time, of course, it's a lot of fashion. It's more of it gets more ratings. It's more fashionable to go ahead and say, hey, a black guy got killed by a white guy, but it's definitely not fashionable for you to say, oh, black guys killed white people.
I don't know. I feel maybe President Obama made some bad decisions regarding his comments during the Trayvon Martin case.
Personally, I don't think he should have commented on the Trayvon Martin case. I thought that was a little out of line for a president. So, no, I would say he shouldn't make a comment.
I feel that he needs to watch what he does say.
And why do you believe the two stories receive different levels of media coverage?
I want to say, well, initially there was a lot of celebrity support for the Trayvon Martin case. With the case in Oklahoma, it's really one of those cases where you really couldn't find a story behind the story.
It's more of a okay, this makes money and this is the right way to go, or not necessarily the right way to go, but this is something that gets us ratings. And Obama he's a product of his environment, right? So if the people are putting pressure on him to say, hey, black dude got shot by a white guy, of course he's going to want to talk about that. But people aren't putting pressure on him because it's not a big story as far as the reverse. Do you follow?